What it is, what it do, Savvy World. It is your girl, the one and only, Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,100 episodes since 2014, 500,000 streams around the world. None of this is possible without you guys, so thank you so very, very much. Today, I have got Eric Yaverbaum, Ericho Communications CEO. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm a big fan of yours and everything that you've done. It's amazing.
I appreciate you so much. And there's so much going on right now, Eric. OMG. I mean,
the world's a little crazy.
There's a lot of stuff going crazy, and everybody is, either for or against AI. So that's the first thing that we're going to kind of jump into. Now,
yeah, you know what the interesting thing is about that? Yeah. People are for or against AI. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm neither personally. Professionally, as a communications practitioner my entire career, I look at AI, it's inevitable. Right. So there's also the inevitable pushback. It's like social media. When social media, when it was in its infancy, I kind of saw that one coming too. And I didn't like it at all. I was one of the guys who pushed back on social media. I thought that it was not the real world. I thought people were spending too much time in social media, and I knew it was going to get worse, and I wanted to be one of the people who pushed back. I started a company called offlining.com. The website still exists, just encouraging people to, go outside, climb a tree, talk to your friend in real life, stop texting. Facebook is not the real world. But I was one of those people that pushed back against social media. And, fast forward, I don't know, less than 20 years later, give or take, and now we got AI. And we got the same sort of behavior and the same concerns.
Yes, and I love the fact that you made that comparison, because I'm a kid that kind of grew up with social media, and, we were learning about it in school. We were on all the social platforms, all the early stages ones, and it was just, for us, it was fun. It was like, you're kicking back, you're having fun. We were even coding, I totally had my MySpace page was tricked out, all the different codings and all the things. It was a fun time. I never imagined that we would be having people make complete total income stream, multiple streams of income from social media. So that absolutely surprised me. That was super shocking.
Well, look, there's two sides to that. I mean, there's, content creators who you can make a very, very good living. And, you do things that go viral, you can do even better. On the other hand, there's people who learn history from TikTok, which is probably not the best place to learn history. I mean, if you look at, what's been going on in the Middle East, the last 2 years, what we've learned is an entire generation learned about the Middle East on TikTok, and it's not exactly thorough. It also has provided us, all of us, the opportunity to be our own, broadcasters. I mean, I was on national television for, most of my career. I did polarizing networks for a decade, every single solitary week. And when I saw people start doing Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives, I was like, well, wait, I used to be on real TV. Now anybody can be on their own channel. And some of their channels were doing better, than the networks. So the landscape began to change, and now we got AI. The great multiplier. And here's the thing about AI, for everybody alive, everybody listening to this, the fact that technology has been advancing or improving and getting better in our lifetimes, that's not new to anybody. We've all lived through a lot of changes, good changes and developments with technology. It's we can do so many more things with our technology now. What most of us have not experienced is the speed at which things are changing now, and AI is going to rev that up like we've never seen before. Changes, are coming, and you look at these companies, right now, because they're getting press. I mean, brands like Polaroid and Heineken, and they're launching anti-AI campaigns. And like Polaroid's ad in New York City, one of the ads reads, AI can't generate sand between your toes. And then there's this friend.com who ran an experimental, campaign encouraging friendship with AI chatbots, ads that were later defaced by New Yorkers. And Heineken attacked, friend.com's ad directly with an Instagram post. It said the best way to make a friend is over a beer. So, corporate America is pushing back, and some of corporate America, and they're going to get attention for doing that. Just like when I did offlining, the amount of attention that I got for pushing back, it was significant. We were covered by everybody. The brands that do that right now, because, everybody likes... people have comfort in things being the same. When things change, people get uncomfortable. So the brand, and right now, with the world being uncertain at best, people like comfort a lot. So the brands that see that and push back against AI are going to get some attention for a couple of years, and then that will eventually stop, I think.
Yes, and we're just around the corner from all the holidays, and we're seeing these major corporations like Amazon and all these others laying off tens of thousands of people and doubling down.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, much of this stems from AI often being, considered, antithetical to human creativity and ingenuity. With companies like Amazon laying off employees to invest more in AI, not using AI in ads and marketing or in PR will resonate with people. Nobody likes seeing what's going on there and the reason that it's going on there. It is a fact that AI, threatens AI is threatening education. In a Time article, there was a reporter, he did this great piece on how students are using AI to write essays for them and how it leads to students not actually learning how to write. So, AI is going to take jobs away from human workers and creatives, and it's going to make it so that younger generations might be getting educated in a different way, maybe less, creatively inclined. Who knows? We'll only be able to, see that in retrospect.
I know it. Yeah, it's just evolution. It's always changing. Even just like with social media, as we were talking earlier, social media was a thing of, as it was evolving and changing, you could kind of predict and see, okay, well, maybe this month things are different. Maybe next month things are trending. Now it's a daily basis. Now it's sometimes even an hourly basis. Things are changing. And it's just shifting.
Oh, well, that's, look, for a living, I'm a news junkie. For a living, I own a PR firm. We have to know in any given day what's going on in the news. It directly impacts how we handle communications for our clients. And, it used to be in the good old days, you could see stories coming. They had a few days shelf life. Now these stories come at us like literally and hourly. And the news moves fast and furious. And it's not, I did know, I was sitting in my office one day and I have 8 television screens on my wall with a different network, different news, no sound on all day. And then I got a bunch of screens, on my desk, and I'm looking, across my desk, and one of my things that I used to have was, a Twitter dashboard, and I see a picture of all these people standing out on the wing of a plane that appears to be in the Hudson, and I'm reading what this person is writing. It's just a guy with his phone going on a barge, going by, gets the picture. 6 minutes later, it was on CNN, 6 minutes later. And I knew, that day I knew, wow, the news cycle is different officially. The match that will light the entire news cycle will be Twitter. And that's what it literally became. Now, with everything that's evolved, the accuracy of the news, the lack of accuracy of the news, the algorithms that we're all living in, AI is really going to multiply all of this now.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely see that now. While big brands like Heineken can afford these high production anti-AI ads, how do you think it's going to affect the small business?
Look, this is what I say to small business people. I talk about it in meetings. I talk about it in when I give speeches, is here's the thing about technology, and I would make this as a blanket statement, including AI. Don't get used by AI. Use it.
Right.
You can. That's technology in a nutshell. You know, what people lost in social media was basically we're the product. We're being used all the time, and now you know surveillance capitalism is alive and well. It's why you're getting things in your feed that you were thinking about yesterday and somehow appear in your feed today. How'd that happen? Anything you're interested in, why you will be getting ads for anything you're interested in. But you know, social media also can be used for really good things, and I can give a million examples of that. And that's what the people that use social media did not get used by it. To me, that was the best use of that medium possible. And I'm going to say the same thing, you know, about AI.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at social media and you think everybody, you know, is always at the Caribbean, always, you know, has a dinner like you cannot believe, is always at some fancy party, is always happy. Yeah. The world is difficult. Life is hard for everybody. Doesn't mean you can't be happy, but, you know, social media is not an accurate reflection of that. And, you know, AI is going to compound, you know, multiply that problem too.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Now, but
small businesses should embrace it and use it.
I think so as well. I think that I totally agree with you. Is that AI is a tool, the same way that social media should be used as a tool. I've talked to so many people throughout the years that are just like, oh, you know, social media is this or that or whatever the case is. I'm like, use social media for what it's good for. You know, I wouldn't necessarily promote, you know, you're going on this trip to Aruba with your family and you're leaving your house for a month. That's probably not a great idea. But to be able to promote and push your mission and your products and your services and things of that nature, be able to pivot, make that work for you.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. And look, plenty of people have.
Yeah.
But, you know, on the other hand, you see all sorts of mental health issues that were, you know, I think much of technology took a bad left turn during the pandemic because everybody was inside and there was no other place to go. I mean, you couldn't go outside. Where did you go? And you can only handle the news for so long. And then you went to social media, and you know habits were formed, and you know, and were very sticky habits. Yeah. So the numbers multiplied.
Oh yeah, they did. Now, how much of this anti-AI trend is actually about the technology itself versus data?
Yeah, I think it's a sentiment. When the world is at peace, as one example, or is calm, when we feel like we have some idea, you know, what might, you know, happen tomorrow, when we're feeling comfortable, we don't need everything that we had yesterday anymore. But when we're not, we do. So that sentiment is people will relate to that sentiment because I want things to be. I got enough things changing in my life right now. Now I got to add AI onto it. I would rather know. You know, I want to know what I'm having for dinner, sort of thing. I want my comfort. So that sentiment will corporate America. It will exist in corporate America. Corporate America will realize in their marketing boardrooms that it's to their advantage because consumers will like that, but only for so long. And when the consumers start, you know, embracing and using AI at a higher rate, corporate America will lose its interest.
I think that's a good take on it. That's definitely. Now, last but certainly not least, just based on your consumer response that you've observed to these anti-AI campaigns, could this public sentiment actually slow the current AI boom?
Oh, yeah. Sure. I mean, just like the metaphorically parallel example I gave you about offlining. Yeah, we were highly influential. I got people to think twice about the amount of time they were spending online before our phones were giving us summaries every week, which, you know, everybody should be horrified about if they actually read them. But that campaign, the work that we did, it slowed things up a little. It was never intended. I never aspired. There was never a thought in my mind that it would end social media. I knew social media had already left the station.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same exact thing with AI. Yes, it'll slow some consumers embracing it, only some. And, it'll be like the resistors, from Facebook. There's going to be resistors. But, inevitably, it's going to be part of our lives.
Yeah, I believe so. Eric, thank you so much for coming through today. We so appreciate
it was a pleasure.
you.
I'm honored to have been on.
I mean, you got to come back. I mean, there's so much stuff that's going to be going on. Heck, I know next week, much like next year. I would absolutely love for you to come back and share with us.
I'll come back anytime you want.
And let everyone know how they can get some more info on Ericho Communications and contacting you guys.
I would say they could just Google me, but nobody can spell my last name, or my company, which nobody can spell either. One of my books, I'm also an author. One of my books is PR for Dummies. Everybody remembers PR for Dummies. Mm-hmm. So just Google PR for Dummies. You'll get my name. You can Google me. I'm all over the place. I'm very easy to find.
I love it. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.